calling, it whispers in the breeze.
An ancient sort of siren shivers in the trees.
A shanty sung by heroines and heroes lost to time.
It promises adventures for those who pay it love.
At advantage to your role, though the journey takes its toll, we shall stay hardy, friends remain while facing foes. To the dungeons and the dragons we will roam at advantage.
Hello everyone!
That's right!
We're here! We actually play again.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
More or less.
More or less.
But we had to play tonight. We had to.
We were jonesing. We had to do it.
Yeah, so Shay, our lovely Zara, is no longer going to be in the campaign at all, kind of thing. So she had other obligations, unfortunately. But Sean should be back next week. He had a little family emergency tonight, specifically. So we're going
Thoughts
to
and prayers.
Yes, we're going to continue on with them in mind, kind of thing. But I guess we just hop right into it, I suppose. So it's been a minute. So let's see. Our party has been given a mission by the Harpers and the Order of the Gauntlet of El Terrell to infiltrate this cult of the dragon, which is this evil cult dedicated to trying to raise up Tiamat from the hells and bring her to the material plane. And basically, the party is trying to find out more information on what this ritual may be, or what the cult's other goals are, if there are any, kind of thing. Just kind of figure out where their kind of headquarters is at. And the best way they found to do this is, it seems like the cult is heading north to Waterdeep, and the Harpers and the Order of the Gauntlet recommended that they join a caravan that is going to be leaving Baldur's Gate shortly, I think in the next 4 days, if my memory serves. Yes, so in the next 4 days, caravan will be leaving, and the party has just arrived in Baldur's Gate, just past Worm's Crossing, and is entering the port now, kind of thing. So I guess we'll just kind of hop right into it. We had some encounters along the river to Baldur's Gate, but pretty much everybody arrived unscathed, and the party has been traveling with a Harper NPC as well, Miss Josephine Quellamere, who actually, as you guys are kind of getting onto the docks here in Baldur's Gate, trying to grab all your stuff out of the boat and all that, she actually is going to bid you guys adieu, saying that she's going to be heading east to the Grey Peak Mountains, because there's been some strange rumors circling about increased wyvern activity there. And she's going to recommend... So I would recommend for this caravan to go to Blackgate. It's the northern part of the city. She kind of looks at Lyanna, I'm sure you're familiar with it. There is a merchant there named Aiken Celebon. He is kind of the man to know for any caravan needs, troubles, supplies, hiring, all the things. So I would recommend talking with him. But I wish you guys good luck, and I'll see you soon, hopefully, once this is all over.
Well, may your travels guide you to wherever you're trying to get to. But please be careful. If you need anything, or again, obviously just seek out our Hoppers. Well, try to meet with the Hoppers group here as well. Give them more information about what's happening.
Well, same to you. If you need anything, if I can, I'll try and assist in whatever way I can, but it seems we're kind of going in different directions for the meantime, but not for ever. and she's gonna kind of start wandering off. She's gonna kind of like glance at Damien before kind of continuing back, like kind of look over the shoulder and then quickly hurrying on her way. But the city is yours. I will say some things to note. I will say, starting off, Lyanna knows the city inside and out, but Bronwyn and Crimson, if you guys want to make some history checks for me real quick.
On it.
That makes sense, Crimson. 19. Okay, so Bronwyn, you know that the Harpers actually don't have like a actual like Harper Hall in Baldur's Gate, unlike El Terrell and Burdusk. They have a like series of safe houses throughout the city, kind of thing, but they don't have like a hub for the Harpers here in Baldur's Gate proper. They just kind of bounce from safe house to safe house throughout the city. And Crimson, you know that Baldur's Gate's a big city with lots of people. There's a crime underground, but you kind of haven't really dipped your toe in that scene in a minute, so you know it exists,
right.
But you don't know to what extent or anything like that. But Lyanna, you know this place inside and out. So yeah. I will say, Lyanna, you know that Black Gate is right up here in this little, like, basically, like, almost outside of the city itself. Like, this whole little area right here, like, outside of the walls proper is, like, Black Gate.
Okay.
And that is where this giant caravan is kind of all converging, setting up their carts, getting all the supplies they need, getting all together, getting their guards hired. All that is happening there. And I will say your little temple and home is here. Let's see. Point it out here.
Wait, where are we right now?
Where this little marker is at here.
Oh, double click it.
Oh, okay.
This guy.
Yeah, that black
I'm gonna
marker.
move you guys as you kind of go, but
Oh, okay. When you
Yeah,
double
one.
click things, they'll like drag the whole stream there. It's just FYI.
Oh,
yeah, I was
here.
double clicking.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was doing it the whole time.
Okay. Anyways, so we're here and we have to cut directly like through the meat of the city, pretty much.
Basically, yeah. I will say that the Sehanine temple is more off to the side a little bit, so you guys kind of have to
Okay.
divert a little bit. Yeah, in the lower city here. And Bronwyn, you actually know that there is a pretty significant harbor hideout, which kind of is a sort of like hub for harpers, not necessarily like a Harper Hall or anything, but it is also in the lower city, in this like general area. And I think this is pretty much the majority of things. I will say from like your correspondence with your mom, Bronwyn, you know that she's somewhere in the upper city. You know that there's a temple to Azuth in the upper city somewhere, and that's presumably where she's like at and hanging out. But otherwise,
well, upper city's what we gotta go through too. So.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, cool. Bronwyn will like kind of like step in front of everyone in like very heroic pose, look up at the city, and just be like, "Well, this might actually rival Burdusk in just a bit, I must admit. But I must be happy to be home, Lyanna. With that said, we should probably go to your temple, but if it's not too much a problem, when we make our way towards the Black Gate, from what I've understood about Baldur's Gate, there should be a temple to Azuth somewhere in the upper city. If it's not too much a detour already, I would like to stop by, if we have to go that way already.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, the temple, I will, of course, stop by my temple and check in with my fellow acolytes, but I will say that the Sehanine temple is to the east in the city, The temple to Azuth is, Kate, sorry, I think I missed it. Did you specifically point
Yeah,
out where
it's
the
like
temple-
northwest.
That's what I thought.
Near
It
the
was
Black
to the
Gate.
west. But yeah, the temple to Azuth is actually towards the northwest, more towards the Black Gate. So we can split or we can go together. It's
Well-
whatever you're feeling.
I think it might be more appropriate, even though we are on a time crunch, we probably should not separate whatsoever. That would probably be a terrible idea to do in Baldur's Gate, especially with the two younger ones running around constantly.
You look behind you, they're gone.
Absolutely.
Well,
actually-
I believe we're going to be splitting up then, Lyanna,
shit.
actually.
Actually, it sounds like, well, do we have to...
Well, perhaps they went to the temple so excited. You know how much they both just seem to love
You know how religious they are, yes.
architecture.
Crimson,
wasn't it your turn to watch them?
Wait, what? My turn?
Was it my turn?
It wasn't my turn.
No, it was mine, but
Oh, I was like, wait, did we tell them to watch each other? Oh dear. No.
Oh, gods.
they've gotta grow up sometime. They'll catch up.
It's a big city. If there's any... Well, you know what? They might fit right in making trouble from what I've heard in Baldur's Gate. So we will just go right ahead.
Gonna get my degree one.
So, alrighty. Well, to your temple then, probably, Lyanna, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Like, just honestly, I would appreciate, I definitely need to check in with my superior. I haven't been back in a few months, and I definitely should at least check in and definitely take a prayer and some solace for one moment.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll probably step out for just a moment. There's, although it's not a hall per se, there is, a safe house of sorts in that area. I would much like to stop by as well.
Oh, okay, lovely. Yeah, do you need help navigating the city, or do you feel confident you might be able to?
Perhaps. We'll have to cross that bridge once we get further into it, I suppose.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, Baldur's Gate is, my home, but I also will advise that, it can be a little dodgy at times, so we should probably keep your guard out, of course.
Crimson, is there anything that you needed to do while we were in the city? I know we won't be here long, but figured if we're going to do it, we might as well now.
Yeah, because DM, she really hasn't been to the city. She wouldn't really have contacts or
Maybe, like,
anything.
in passing, but yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe just dropped off a trade at the docks, but I
Right.
But most of your time more on like the northern end of the sword coast. You haven't really been this far south in a minute.
Right. Well, Lyanna, if you don't mind, I'll accompany you. I'll stay outside. Would that be all right to go to your temple?
Absolutely. You're also always welcome inside. Sehanine is very gracious goddess, so I mean, it's really up to what your comfort is, Crimson.
I'll lean into Lyanna. Well, maybe she's a little uncomfortable because I think Sehanine's more of a elven goddess. Maybe the humans aren't necessarily into her, per se.
Yeah, I mean, Lyanna kind of sometimes forgets that, where it's like, that's just kind of course, what she's grown up with, and she's just like, well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. It's like, Sehanine is very gracious, but, maybe people wouldn't feel comfortable. So, that's allowed. But I don't ever want people to feel like Sehanine is, out of their reach, essentially, or just that Sehanine will be there for everyone. I've done death rites for pretty much anyone that comes to the temple, so it should be a place of openness and solace, even if people might not understand that. But I don't know. I'll let the matter lie.
Well, they said that this caravan would be leaving in roughly about 4 days, if I recall what she was talking about, right?
Yeah. Yes, the caravan.
And
we have some time in this.
we have to meet up with this Elkin Cinnabon or something, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, we need to meet up with Elkin. That,
And that's at the Black Gate.
Yeah,
Well, if we
it's the Black Gate.
if we do get lost or separate from each other, we'll just have to meet at the Black Gate. In
And-
hope
and-
that the children were paying close fucking attention enough to know that as well.
Well, if nothing else, maybe they can ask where the Temple of Sehanine is and just kind of relay and find me. I think that would be maybe their best bet if they get lost.
Ah, yes, that sounds that sounds like the responsible route to take, so I'm sure they're going to do that.
Yeah, that seems like the responsible route to take, which means that it absolutely not.
Yeah, and on the third day we can check the jails.
That's true. Maybe we should all converge on the third day just to make sure that we can get everyone together and not lose the caravan.
Oh god, so maybe we should just leave them fucking here.
Alright, well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but keep your eyes and ears out for any mischief. I don't know what to tell you.
A lot of bridges to cross. Well, and Bronwyn will kind of step back. Lyanna, if you don't mind leading the way, then.
Oh, absolutely. We're just on the dock right now, just chilling
Yeah,
on the
pretty much.
dock.
I'm assuming that you've been kind of like walking and talking a little bit, like off.
Oh, okay.
Towards,
That's what I was wondering.
into the city proper. So you're probably like at this point here, maybe kind of like
Yeah.
actually moving into the city, with all these hills and rolling
Like,
buildings everywhere,
To
people
walk-
everywhere of all
To
shapes and
walk
colors.
through the city, would it take like hours? Like, it's big,
Yeah,
right?
it could probably take a couple of hours.
Yeah, I think it would take a couple
You
hours.
guys got here around like 1, so
Oh, okay.
it's about just afternoon. So
Yeah.
you got a couple hours before the sun sets.
Okay.
I'm also gonna, like, as we're going, just to help Crimson, I'm gonna, like, kind of point out things that they might be of interest. Like, this is a good tavern. This inn, I wouldn't probably stay at that inn. It's a little dodgy. I'm gonna try and point things out as I go.
The elf song.
I wouldn't go there.
Actually, you know what's funny is I think the elf song is like somewhere on
Just in
this
that area
side.
too. Yeah, I was about to say somewhere
here.
over there too.
Hilarious. I might have, so it's like near the temple. Lyanna probably went there for a few light rounds.
Yeah, but you guys travel through, Lyanna pointing out the sights and sounds, until you eventually make it to this temple. It's not like this grand, giant monument, but it's also not like too tiny. It's a modest, nice-sized temple dedicated to Sehanine in this nice little quiet area, with a little park nearby, and then maybe a tavern that has a little bit rowdy patronage and music flowing through. But where is my map? Now this is
What's the other one
Sehanine.
called? The mermaid something?
Oh,
The Drunken Mermaid?
The drunken mermaid.
I think
Yeah.
that's
That
right.
place is dope, man. That place is cool.
Yeah, but you're right. It was the mermaid. Oh god. Yeah, I think it was the drunken mermaid,
Yeah,
but
sounds right.
something.
But you guys make your way into the temple proper, and Lyanna, you see some of your fellow acolytes kind of lighting some candles, doing some sweeping.
Yeah, so I'm kind of casually walking in and seeing. I'm maybe not necessarily engaging as soon as I walk in. People are in the midst of their prayers or in the midst of their duties. So if somebody recognizes me, I will engage. But for the most part, I'm just kind of casually walking in, and honestly, I'm taking in. Once again, I'm gonna smile because it's I'm seeing this granite statue of Sehanine, right as the centerpiece, and it's really, it's quite beautiful. And I think before I do anything, I'm gonna maybe take a corridor a little bit. I'm walking in, I'm kind of casually not making a lot of interaction, but I'm gonna go straight to like my little corridor or my little what do you call it? Dorm. My little dormitory.
Yeah.
There you go.
Your dorm room.
Yeah, but that's what it is. I'm gonna go to my little dorm room just because, it's mine, and I wanted to, just take some respite and like maybe pick up a couple books. So
Cute.
Easy enough to do.
yeah.
Yeah, and as you're kind of like grabbing your things, leaving that room, like you see of the people that are kind of doing their duties, you see that there are 2 elves here, this guy here and this guy here, who seem
Are
to be
we
kind of like gossiping.
supposed to be on a different map?
Oh, yep, we sure are.
Oh,
There we go.
I was like, what have we missed? What have we all missed? Oh no!
It's all good. It's all good. You see this
It's been a
black
minute.
blob and this black blob.
You see this building and this building.
Yeah, so there we go. That's okay. This helps me out a lot because like I was kind of like visualizing the scene,
Nope.
and I'm like, okay, now I can actually see what the temple layout is.
Yeah, you got it. Right here is like a big statue of Sehanine in the middle. And these like little like cloves here are different like rooms.
Like little
use a little
dormitories.
bit of theater to the mind here, but yeah, it's hard finding a temple like map for like a moon god that wasn't like this like crazy ruin in the middle of the forest. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need like, a city temple. Why is it so hard to find?
Those look like those could be the size of like a room that has like an end table and like a bed in it. Yeah.
Yeah, just a single table and a bed, like literally just like a studio.
Yeah.
That's what I would think. Like religious, like people would like
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like and just
Very minimalist.
yeah.
Yes.
But well, to that point, you got your things. You're kind of like looking around. These 2 here, kind of like they're dusting the statue like half-heartedly, but they seem to be mostly like in conversation, kind of like gossiping a little bit. And this girl here is a tiefling woman gathering candles, and as she kind of like sees you enter, she kind of gives like a little like shy wave before like hurrying into a deeper part of the temple kind of thing.
Aww, okay.
And this girl here is going to replace the candles that she just took, like the little butts, and she's like replacing with like full candles and little sconces.
Okay.
But it's
And they're
some
all-
like general like, temple maintenance.
They're all like elves except for that tiefling.
Yeah, all elves except for that tiefling.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying like I said with Crimson, even though like I know that certain people are just like, well, I don't really feel comfortable. It's like, Sehanine, anybody can worship Sehanine really. So
Yeah. I will say they're not necessarily moon elves either. Like there's like a hold on, I have it written down. Where is it? One of them's a wood elf.
Write that down.
sure.
Write that down.
There's 2 elves. One is a moon elf, and then one is a wood elf, and they're kind of like gossiping. And this girl here is a half elf.
yeah, the 2 gossiping, they're like, oh, this bitch can return? Oh, look at that bitch.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to listen in on their conversation, as you're kind of like wandering about, they're not being like super subtle about it, but they're actually gossiping about the Misty Forest, which you would know is the home of the Wood Elves in this part of the Sword Coast. And they're like, yeah, did you hear there was dragon attacks against the Kingdom of the Wood Elves? Like, like oh my, and like the other was like, I know, isn't it terrible? They just lost one of their princes, like, and now this dragon's attacking.
There's dragons.
Yeah.
I gotta say there's dungeons next.
Dragons in this dragon campaign? That's so crazy.
Whoa. What a twist. Well, essentially, like, as they're gossiping, like, I mean, I'm just gonna kind of casually go more towards the statue, because I do want to pay my respects to my goddess. So, as, like, once again, as I'm just kind of, respectfully, like, staring and contemplating the journey ahead, and also just, like, the journey that we just took, just communing with Sehanine in my own way, personal. I also am gonna try to kind of like keep my ears open towards that conversation, because I would like to relay that information to my compatriots.
Well, I was about to say, are you like walking up to like the altar?
Yes, I'm walking up. I don't know why it won't let me move my token, but like the first. No, you're fine. I don't know why it's locked.
Oh, weird. It's like. That's fine. I was like, let me move, Lyanna. I will say before you like head off, I think Bronwyn will like kind of put his hand on your shoulder and be like, Lyanna, before you run off, I think Crimson and I are going to go to that safe house I had mentioned earlier. Perhaps you should meet us there whenever you're done, so we can rest up for the evening. And I'll kind of like glance at like maybe one of the open doors of like the dorm rooms. I don't think there's enough room for all of us to stay in here.
I can't wait for my parents to meet you tomorrow.
With that said,
by the way,
though,
my dad's thermodynamics to sit
if
down,
you
so-
would like to stay here, we can also just meet you here in the morning. Whatever you
Okay.
prefer.
I think I'll decide if I stay here for the night. But yeah, if you do need to go off to your safe house, that's totally go do that. I'll be here because I need to catch up
Of
with
course.
a couple people.
If you decide to meet up with us, and I'll like kind of like get like a piece of parchment or something and like scribble like coordinates of it, or like
Oh, that would be lovely. Yeah, because I'm like,
just tell the person who's guarding the door or at the door of this house that the salmon always runs upstream in the volcano of bliss. They'll let you right in.
okay. Lyanna's gonna kind of pull out a tiny little like writing utensil and just kind of write down that like password. So
No,
okay.
don't write it down. You have to remember.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No writing it down.
Sorry. Never mind. Okay,
Sorry.
Okay. Scratch. Okay. I'm gonna try to remember that then. But yes, Bromlin. But yeah, I'll decide if I do that. And yeah, if I don't come to the safe house, just come in the morning. I
We'll meet you
probably
here.
might have retired in my dorm room.
Crimson, is that okay with you? Would you like to join me to the safe house?
Of course.
And I'll do like a bow to Lyanna, and then like step forward and like look at the Sehanine statue, and then do like another bow. Well, enjoy your evening, Lyanna.
Yeah, I kind of gave a little smirk when Bromwyn took that like respectful bow. It meant a lot. So
I'm gonna, before we leave, I'm gonna give Lyanna a little pat on the shoulder, and then bow too. Cause like I think for Crimson, where she's from, the elves don't let any other race kind of in their space, so she's aware that in this bigger city they're more tolerable, and this is like probably the closest she's ever been. So she'll bow, but she'll also pat you to kind of give the other people like we're your friends and
yeah,
head out with Brahman.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's lovely. But yes, I will see both of you soon.
I'll like wave as I'm going out the door.
Yeah. I don't know why. I still can't move Lyanna. I don't know why.
We tried deleting her and re-putting her on here.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, what happened to her?
Oh my god. Sehanine!
Ah!
Sehanine disappeared.
She's dead, bro.
She's dead. As soon as you leave, she just dies.
God.
She becomes moonlight.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to move her.
Yeah, because I was gonna say in the campaign, she's like said that like she's unassigned, like she isn't like.
Yeah, that's
playing
how.
by you.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Because I thought the DM assigned the character to the campaign. Because I did notice that as well.
Yeah, like she's in the campaign. There should be a button for you to claim her.
Oh really? Okay.
I think
Let me
so.
do
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some
If that
popcorn.
works.
Oh wait. I want popcorn.
You want popcorn?
I do want
Ooh,
popcorn. I love popcorn.
Okay, let me. Sorry, Kate. Yeah, so you can go to the. Well, I mean, I guess it's focused on her right now because I'm like, let me try to see. Oh, claim. Yeah, there's a button.
Hey!
Okay,
whoa!
I get it.
Hey,
Okay.
She's right there.
I'm so stupid. Okay,
No, stop
It's all
that.
good.
Don't that. Don't
there
do
she
that.
goes. She is now a living entity. There she goes.
Girls
Let me,
again.
yeah, let me refresh.
Hey,
It's Ghost, let's up here. Meet me up here.
Yeah, maybe not, maybe. Okay,
Just delete her and put her back on there just to make sure.
okay, because I claimed and refreshed, so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now you move her.
Hey!
Yay!
Wow, look at her go!
Whoa!
Doom, 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 dun, 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 dun,
She's like not moving at all on my screen.
Moon. Anyway, okay. Alright, let me just stop with the buggery. Alright. Alright, so yeah, she's gonna go up and just chill out near the statue and pay her respects to Sehanine.
And as soon as they see you kind of like step up, they're gonna like kind of like give a little like nod and like kind of like disappear up this little staircase over here.
Yeah, I figured everyone seems to be disappearing up the staircase. Yes.
Just
I'm going to guess that. Honestly, I'm going to, once again, like finish my prayers and just kind of. I'll come back to Sehanine, and I'm gonna casually follow them up that staircase because I believe the Mother Superior is up there. So. Boop, 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 boop.
I'm so excited
Oh
to
shit!
see your backstory, even though Crimson's not there.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Tell me.
I will
Kate
say,
has no map for this.
I don't have a map.
Okay, it's okay.
Also, you catch her on the staircase as she's coming down.
Nice.
Token.
Oh,
I know.
Everyone quit the Pinterest.
DM. I'm making the DM work. It's okay. Well, we didn't really know that we would be in the temple tonight. So.
Yeah. You're here.
Hold on. This is kind of cute. Hold on.
Piano tinkling.
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, Lyanna, you've returned."
Oh, does this NPC? Do you already have a name for this NPC?
I sure don't.
Okay.
Yeah. You have a name
yes.
off the dome, but I also have a list nearby. So.
She looks fierce.
Mother Twyla. We're gonna call her Twyla.
There we go.
Oh, Mother Twyla. Oh my goodness. Yes. Hello. I'm back. I know it's been a few months. I hope that the temple has been well. I would love to catch up and see how you've been doing. I actually overheard from, I think there's a new wood elf acolyte that I don't think I've met before since I've been.
Yes, Iara. That's Iara. Yes.
Okay.
She's arrived here only about a week or two ago, but she's blended in seamlessly. Very beautiful.
I don't want to alarm, but since I've been away, I heard that dragons attack the Misty Forest. Are you aware of that?
I've heard rumors of a stray green dragon attacking the Misty Forest, but the wood elves there, they are in great numbers. I don't think one dragon is enough to cause much harm or damage there.
Okay, that's good. I didn't want to engage, but I just overheard that there was a dragon attack in the Misty Forest, and I was just really concerned that it was a bigger problem and maybe the forest was raised for whatever reason, but thank God. Okay. Woo.
Yes, I'd be less worried about the dragon, more worried about the prince that went missing earlier this year from there. But at this point, I mean, it's been 7-8 months now with no word, so. But
Right. Well, I mean, that's kind of just new news to me. But other than that, how has Baldur's Gate been for the past 4 months? Is there any news? I really would like to catch up and see anything that I missed.
Yes, of course. I mean, there hasn't been anything of note here in Baldur's Gate, at least. I've been hearing something on the wind, something tense in the north, but I haven't been able to pull that thread quite taut yet.
You said the thing.
Yeah. What? Can you give me a clue as to what you've heard? I mean, we just traveled from the north. Well, I mean, I've been traveling from the north.
It seems, and honestly, many directions into the northeast, to the northwest, just due north. There seems to be many forces at work simultaneously.
I mean, forces as in other gods, I'm assuming, because honestly, we've run into various, let's just say, draconic forces, whether they be of Ahamu or Tiamat.
Indeed. There seems to be a lot of the general, what's the word I'm looking for? Much of the activity seems to be related to either dragons or their dragon gods, but also fellow followers of Sehanine and enemies of Sehanine as well. Whether or not they're related or not, I can't tell yet, but I've been communing every night trying to get some clarity, but not much has found me quite yet.
This is just seriously stressful, because we also ran into quite a few. Well, we at least got a lead that followers of Bane are also active. There's quite a bit. Quite a bit of unrest happening right now, and I just. I definitely need to pray on this one, just to see if Sehanine has any guidance on how to tackle all of this negativity.
Indeed. Let me see. 1 second. Whenever you mention Bane, her brow furrows. I want to give her something.
Also, I like how the NPC has very similar armor to Lyanna.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed that too. I was like, yay! Love it.
Also, Sehanine's just all about the girls, ain't it?
Right? Sehanine, it's the girls.
You know, it's Artemis and her hunters and shit. You know.
Yeah, moon goddess.
Yeah.
So was the lady.
It's kind of like maybe like the goddess Artemis and all of her handmaidens.
That's exactly where my.
So everyone's a lesbian.
Yeah.
Everyone's a lesbian. Yes.
Okay. She's like, Bane, that's interesting. I haven't heard that name, at least in the open like that, for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Last I heard of a significant presence of any followers of Bane was the 1470s. Just gonna kind of give you a look. You said you're following draconic leads, right? Of followers of a draconic goddess of Tiamat or Bahamut?
Yes. We ran into both followers. Basically, up north, the dragons are getting restless. And we've actually fought at least one, not just Dragonborn, but actual dragon. And I don't know what to make of this. This is me and my companions. We've made it down to Baldur's Gate just to kind of gather information, amass help, let people know that this is happening to the north. I mean, I left the temple many months ago just because I just heard rumors of just a lot of unrest in the north, and I was very curious why so many people were concerned to bring solace through, like Sehanine, to proselytize. No, I'm kidding. But no, I just wanted to see where I could be a good, follower and a good patron of Sehanine to other people. So, but yeah, on my travels, I ran into quite a few people who are now my companions. And once again, we just ended up having many run-ins with draconic bloodlines and dragons. So it's something is amassing. We just don't quite know what.
Interesting. I don't know if this is related, but there was a cult of the dragon that was quite prominent but a decade ago. I don't know if you recall, but they were led by a priest of Bane.
Oh, no, that makes actually absolute sense. We did run into a small rogue cult. And that was, like I said, it was kind of connecting the dots where the cult of the dragon and then that makes perfect sense. Like, I'm just kind of slowly connecting dots because the Banite trinket or amulet that we found, now that things are coming together where the Banites and the dragon cults are essentially intertwined. So, from rumors like 10 years ago, do you know maybe why the dragons and the cult of the dragons and the Banites are essentially forming an alliance? Is it strictly for power? Dragons are known to be very hungry for power.
I mean, the cult of the dragon has existed for well over 100 years before it was squashed by the Harpers not too long ago. But at the time, their whole MO was essentially to raise these undead dragons to reign over everyone in this great show of tyranny, much in their gods' decrees.
It makes absolute sense.
We haven't really heard much whispers of them since.
Okay. All right. Well, I do. Thank you so much for confiding in me, Twyla, about that, because I will absolutely let my companions know about this entanglement between Bane and Bahamut and possibly Tiamat. So, all right. Well, I honestly just came by for a short visit today, and I was just going to gather a couple more books from my dormitory. But is there anything I can help the temple with while I'm here? Any rites of the dead that anybody's requested today, or what can I do to serve?
It's been quite slow the past week or so. Just kind of doing some maintenance of the temple, but as long as you're able to stay, we will accept you, of course. Loved having you around, but as of right now, there's no pressing needs for any rites or any festivals coming up. Nothing like that.
Okay.
But.
All right, well, no problem. Well, I guess I would just like to take the time to, talk to Sehanine for a little bit. But also, I'll be around the city for the next 3 days. If you need anything, or if I find out anything. So, It was really wonderful to reconnect, Tyler.
Yes, same to you. May the moon guide your path.
May the moon be with you.
And also with you.
Yes, and also with you.
Yeah, I was making her go back up the stairs, but she just came down for the stairs, so she's gonna kind of go over to her own little dorm over here.
Yeah.
There's just this little half-elf girl, like, refilling the candles at the moment.
Yeah, she's just tootling around.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to just take the moment to talk directly to Sehanine and see if I can get any sort of guidance from her. So, esteemed Sehanine, your pupil has returned to your temple of origin, essentially. But I just wanted to know if you had any guidance on this tyranny that's uprising around. It's sigh, like I'm just gonna give a good big sigh because it's like I just honestly, you know me, and I just want greater harmony between all people, all races. I mean, you know what I've been through. Even within my own family, I've been through conflict and death, and I only seek that people can live together and show compassion and love. But that's why this situation is really, really scaring me. I'll trust my friends, but I just hope that we're strong enough. Dear Sehanine, please, just any sign, anything you can give, just to help quell this cult. I would love you forever. Well, I'll love you more. I always love you.
All right. Do you want to make just I guess a general wisdom check, and I'll let you do that with advantage.
Cool. All right, I'll do wisdom. I have a +6, but I'll do 2 rolls since. Oh well, never mind. It's 19.
You might crit.
Yeah.
Hey, my crit.
All right. Well, I'll do a second one just because of advantage.
Whoa!
That's why we do that. That's why we do that.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Okay, well, let me figure out.
Fucking incredible.
Okay, give me a sec.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, this is the Lyanna show tonight, guys. You didn't know.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I'm
with
ready
that.
for it. She keeps it hidden, so I'm ready for it.
She does.
Okay, I just wanted to find a way to reward that nat 20, and I have figured it out. Okay, so as you're kind of like sitting there praying to Sehanine, and you're looking up at her statue, and she's like has this beautiful like bow drawn and like this like elegant pose, you're kind of like looking up at her face, and as you kind of like finish this prayer, you kind of like tilting your head down, your eye kind of like catches on like the tip of her arrow a little bit. It's just this gleaming, this brilliant light, and as you kind of like tilt your like head and kind of looking at the shine, like the shine just gets brighter and brighter until like all of a sudden it's just like blinding, and your vision goes white for a second, and as you kind of like blink your eyes to like clear them a little bit, your vision clears and you're no longer standing in the temple. You are standing
For a second, I thought I had cataract. No, I'm kidding.
But before you is this like hunting lodge, somewhere in the north, covered in snow, and it looks like it's been abandoned for years, but only recently been put back into use. And as you're kind of looking at this hunting lodge, your eye catches movement above you, and you see a white dragon flying overhead, and it seems to be diving right at you. And as it gets closer and closer, the snow is billowing around you. You kind of close your eyes once more to kind of shield against like this cold wind assaulting you. And you kind of brace for this attack that never comes. And as you kind of blink your eyes once more, just Sadie's just throwing bright lights in your eyes. Eyes and snow here. Kind of blink your eyes. And you find that you see this same statue of Sehanine, but like small, like maybe like 6 inches tall, like sitting like right in front of you, on this like dusty mantle, amongst a bunch of other like abandoned knickknacks over this fireplace that seems to have recently been lit. Like, and you kind of assume that you're like inside of this hunting lodge now. And when you turn, you see that this room is just as cold and run down as the items on that mantle. But sitting at a long table by himself is a human man dressed in flowing purple robes. And as he's sitting there, his like furrowed brow, and he just has this thumb passing over this symbol of Tiamat in his hand.
Anyway.
And his thumb is specifically kind of like thumbing over like the white spoke of the because I think I posted it in like the little DM chat ages ago, the little symbol of Tiamat, and each one of these spokes is like a different color, and he is specifically kind of like has his thumb passing over the white spoke. And as he's doing this over and over again, his frown just deepens and deepens, and all of a sudden he just slams this symbol like into the table with this like shout, and he just glares at the symbol, and he kind of like heaves for breath for a moment, just like just fury like on his face, and he's just glaring down at this symbol, before all of a sudden there's like a little knock on the door, just like da, 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 little thing, and he kind of like jolts a little bit, and composes himself. He kind of quickly pockets a symbol, and the vision starts fading to black as the door begins to open, and you see his face as he greets this person, with no evidence of his previous anger present, with this just beautiful smiling expression as he greets whoever's greeting him, and your vision goes black and you blink and you're back in the temple once more.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, literally, like I'm back in the temple. I am like breathing heavily because like what a whiplash! Like, holy shit. Sehanine, what did you show me? Who was that? I mean, granted, she's not gonna answer, but it's like, who was that? Oh my god. I'm just like breathing, and I'm just stunned because I mean, not only was that a wild ride, but like I fucking acid trip. But also I'm just like, my goddess like freaking answered me like so eloquently. I don't think she's ever answered me. She's only answered me that like thoroughly like once in my life, and that was when essentially like I joined the temple because there was just like naturally she wanted to guide me into the temple, or at least like she showed me the way, but that was when I was still with the moon elves in their homeland. But yeah, so I'm like, oh my god, like I'm also looking around because I'm like, did anybody else like see that, or like people, I don't want anyone to like be alarmed with how like flustered I am. Like literally I'm just kind of like, oh my god, I need to chill. But yeah, I'm gonna like take a moment and just like skittle. I'm gonna like shuffle into my dorm just because I'm like, I don't want anybody to see how like flustered I am and terrified. I need a moment to like recover from that. So I'm gonna just hold myself up in my dorm and lock the door and just sit on the bed like, oh my god, what just happened? Who was that? But That's literally Lyanna right now. She's just like, oh my god.
I will go ahead and post this vision in our little DM thing, so you can also review that later.
Was
Absolutely.
that little whatchamacallit? The cabin with the dragon, was that like from the book?
It was from the book.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
that's like spot on.
cool.
Like for like,
Yeah.
I was like, where'd she find that? Okay, that makes sense.
That's awesome. That was
That's good.
so good, Kate. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Nice.
But yeah, you take a minute to compose yourself. We can go ahead and ping pong to our resident grandparents here at the group.
Resident grandma. Peepaw and Mima.
Let's see. How do I want to make you roll this? Bronwyn, if you want to roll a survival check, and I will say, how high was your history check earlier?
The hell's happening?
Yeah, I'll say you can do it with the roll a survival check with advantage to see if you can find this safe house.
Oh, okay.
Or if you want to do like a charisma check to see if you can ask anybody around, like in a deceptive or persuasive way, enough way to ask where the
I don't think he wouldn't do that at first.
Yeah, the cup of coins is what you know it's called to be called.
17.
Yeah, you find it. After like probably a good like 30 minutes of wandering around in like the eastern lower city, you find this little kind of rundown kind of general store called the Cup of Coins. And you see there are two people inside. Bop, 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 bop. Okay.
Oh, we're actually changing maps.
Yeah. Boop. And boop.
Nice. I like the boot. I like the boot.
Yeah, it's two human mans. One's maybe like in his like
Two what?
mid-20s. What?
What? There's two human mans.
Two human
Two human mans.
Yeah. One is seems to be like in his early 20s, and others maybe like in late 40s. Kind of seem to be doing their own little things. This guy here seems to be kind of like shopping in this little general store, whereas this guy seems to be acting as the purveyor of this establishment.
Then I'll definitely walk up over to the one that you said looks like the purveyor. Good evening. Do you happen to be in charge of the Cup of Coins?
Indeed.
Oh, okay. Well, I just had a quick question. I had heard that the salmon swim swiftly upstream in a volcano of bliss.
You see the guy who like looked like he was like shopping kind of like looks over his shoulder with like a little bit of a smirk before he kind of like keeps going about his business. And the shop owner kind of gives a nod and kind of glances over at Crimson, kind of like getting a read on her a little bit.
I'll look over. I'll see him look over and be like, it serves two.
Indeed. What can I assist you with?
I would just very much like to, I just need to have a conversation with somebody who might know about the salmon volcano. Did I say it wrong? There's usually a,
We don't have the formal hubbub that Elturel and Burdusk do. I mean, you're amongst friends here. Kind of glances over. Xavier here is also a salmon.
Okay. My apologies. It's the customs just seem to be a little bit different, as you had mentioned. So are you the one? Are you the only two hoppers in this safe house at all?
At the moment, people come and go throughout the day, but
when they come and go, is there happen to be Materia? Has she happened to come through at all?
She came through maybe a week ago or so. She said she's gonna be staying in the city for a while. She might pass through on her way back home, but haven't seen her since she entered the city.
Well, I assume she probably did go to the Temple of Azuth then. Very well. Do you happen to have any news on the front of the going-ons that the Hoppers of Burdusk and Elturel, they have been keeping in contact with the Hoppers of Baldur's Gate, have they not?
More or less. You're following that trail for the cult situation, right?
That would be us.
Kind of looks over at who he had mentioned was Xavier, and he kind of like comes over, kind of pops his hip on the table, kind of like crossing his arms, kind of like casually leaning against it. He's like, yes, there was this group of couriers on such a hurry to deliver this very important package to Waterdeep. This fire genasi in all purple, along with this half-elven woman who just would not be swayed to wait even a moment longer, just running through the city like a couple of bats out of hells. But that was honestly, I think it was yesterday, I believe. First thing in the morning. It was quite early. Folks at Blackgate tried to stop them, say the caravan's going to be leaving shortly, but they could not be swayed.
What's this have to do with the cult?
Make a history check, because I actually don't know if Bronwyn saw this. I'm trying to remember. I know one of you definitely saw this. I think it might have been Lyanna, actually.
12.
12?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. It's been a while too, but I don't. None of this sounds familiar.
Okay, so those like fire genasi doesn't ring any bells. Well, actually, Crimson, the fire genasi definitely rings a bell for you. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. You know who that fire genasi is. You definitely know who that is.
Is this when I was bebopping around in El Terrell and they were all?
Yep.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's almost definitely Fearun. Fire genasi, all in purples, running like a bat out of hell. So you know the cult is going north. It's almost definitely him.
Okay.
And Bronwyn, you do remember whether or not, I can't remember if you saw her, but I'm pretty sure Lyanna told you about her, that there was another leader of the cult, a half-elven woman, all in purples and armor. He was also a high-ranking member of the cult who had left.
Okay, that does sound familiar. That sounds familiar
Yeah.
a little bit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they were.
How long ago was this?
It was yesterday, early morning. Sun's barely even hit the rose above the horizon.
So these people went through one of the biggest cities in the entirety of Fearun, and you've lost track of them.
We didn't lose track of them. It was more of we let them go through because there's going to be other harpers along the way to keep track of them as they travel north.
Very well. Do we have any eyes or ears on where they might be or be going to?
I mean, they're taking the tradeway north, presumably to Waterdeep. I will say the entirety of their party didn't go. They left, 12, I believe, not even a dozen of their own people who decided to stay with the caravan, whereas they took only a small number to continue north.
Do you happen to have any more intel on these 12? We will be going with this caravan as well. That way we can keep an eye on them.
As far as I know, they seem to be trying to integrate themselves into the caravan as guards, as people traveling. Seems like they have kind of started to integrate themselves into the caravan already.
I'll look at Crimson. Then perhaps it's best that we, as far as the caravanners are concerned, don't know each other and also just try to slip in undetected. Just common mercenaries looking for work. I'll look back at the one that looked like he was the shop owner. So where's the High Harper? Would that be you of Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, if you want to put such a lofty title on my head, I suppose.
I would like to. So in regards
Xavier kind of like rolls his eyes behind your back a little bit, like, oh goodness.
So the name Asmodeus, does that happen to ring any bells as far as Baldur's Gate's concerned?
That's interesting. Let's roll a d20 to see if he knows who that is. Oh, you rolled a 20!
Hey!
Oh my god! Holy shit! Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, we're just like giving you a run for your money tonight.
Yeah, Lord
yeah,
up.
these nat 20s. You see him like kind of like furrow his brow, and he's like kind of scratching. He's like Amadeus. Sounds so familiar. He's
I
like,
said Asmodeus.
wait.
My bad. Yes, I meant.
It's okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
I knew what you meant.
Thank
Actually, yes. Whenever the original cult of the dragon, before their new leader took place, whenever they were still being led by that Bay Knight, one of his most loyal servants was a vampire named Amadeus.
A vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Now that does seem like new knowledge. So a vampire named Amadeus, Bay Knights, the cult of the dragon. They are all aligning themselves at the moment. Do we know any more information about this?
I was gonna say, Bronwyn, can you roll a history check for me with advantage?
Why, did I mess something up?
No, you have it right. This guy would not know, but it did come up in Burdusk. And it hasn't been that. Oh my gosh.
That's not good. Yeah. Sorry. Abby.
It's okay. He's the Harper. Hi Harper. He was he's like, I'm not sure how they are currently aligned. I just know that the Cult of the Dragon used to be run and maintained by a cleric of Bane, and many of Bane's followers were amongst the ranks of the cult before this new leader kind of took charge and kind of made it more Tiamat themed, so to say.
I'll look at Crimson. If this Amadeus is a vampire, then perhaps we need to find Damien as soon as possible.
I think so.
One of our members, white hair, loosely tossed into a bun, tall, annoying, and is probably somewhere in the city getting in trouble.
Arrested.
They are a Dhampir of sorts, and I believe they are currently being hunted by a group of vampires as well. When we were in Triel, we came across them, which is where he is from. And there was also a Bay Knight symbol. When I went to the Temple of Bane in El Terrell, this is where I got the information I have now. But now knowing that this Amadeus is a vampire, I believe that these lines are connecting a little bit closer than I would hope. So I believe we need to find this Damien. If you could send any hoppers to find him, please do. I don't think it's best he should be in the city alone.
You see the High Harper kind of like makes like eye contact with Xavier, and he kind of gives a sigh. He's like, "Okay, I'll go on babysitting duty," and he kind of like saunters out a little bit.
Please keep an eye on him. It's the worst.
He gives like a little like 2-finger salute as he exits.
Okay. Well, if there's no more information that you can provide for us this evening, do you happen to have a place that me and my companions will stay? There will be an elven woman of Sehanine, and as well as a red-headed. I'm not quite sure. She's a human, but with scales on her face. And then this boy Damien. We're all going to need to stay here this evening.
I have accommodations in the basement, but they're not particularly comfortable for a group quite that large, I don't think.
Well, it's best that we should stay together, I believe, at this point, so we'll make do for the evening.
For certain. There are plenty of taverns I could point you in direction of as well. I mean, if you're going to be joining up with this caravan, there is a quite reputable inn in Blackgate if you want to start getting feet on the ground, or if you want to set up camp here tonight and then go up there tomorrow, whatever works for you.
I believe that before we enter the upper cities, we should probably group up, let everyone know what's going on, and then make our way to the upper cities a little bit more of a distance with each other, lest these cultists discover that we do actually align.
Fair enough. I will get those accommodations set for you. Just give me maybe a couple hours, maybe an hour or two, just so I can get some bedrolls and the place kind of not quite so dusty.
That's fine. I'll prepare dinner before it should be getting supper time rather soon. Your stove and cutting tables.
Not quite here.
Okay. Well,
That's what I recommend an inn, perhaps, if you want some nicer accommodations. It's really just a basement with some bedrolls in it. Chamber pot in the corner.
Crimson, what is your thoughts?
Bedroll should be fine.
I agree.
In a basement.
We'll make do for the evening.
Crimson's just like, I'll just take the closet.
Yeah.
There's over a
I think,
tavern nearby that you can get some food in your stomach before making your way back here.
Well, we'll wait for our companion to arrive before we make any further moves. And I'll just I guess sit down somewhere, or like lean, or kind of look like I'm shopping or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so Lyanna, you're just gonna make your way to this storefront that Roman told you about eventually, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or anything you were wanting to do at the temple beforehand?
No, I kind of, like I said, I kind of got spooked and I needed a moment, but I do kind of want to reconnect with my companions, as soon as possible, because I really want to let them know, what Sehanine has entrusted me with. So, yeah, I'm gonna, tootle over to this storefront with, the coordinates that Bromlin gave me.
Click clack of heels, Lyanna. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Oh, you made it. You found the place easier than I did, I'm sure.
Oh, well, I mean, you did give me a map, so.
Okay. And I'll turn my head, my ear towards her.
Bromlin, whenever you get a chance, we really need to talk in private.
No, you have to say the thing.
I have to say that I'm already in the door. Okay, fine. Salmon, swim upstream, volcano, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
I'll just shake my head with a smirk.
Hi, Harper laughs.
I'll just shake my head smirking.
Salmon's I'm already in the damn store. Okay.
Okay, well, I believe the High Hopper is still making accommodations for us. So he said that there was an inn locally, so perhaps we should go there, get something to eat, and then we can discuss what's going on. Might be more conspicuous in the tavern as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I would prefer to speak with you in a closed room, but, we can absolutely get dinner before then.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of hungry, so yes.
Right, we've been traveling quite a bit.
Oh, well, I guess he's off. But, okay, Lyanna, what is your favorite, haunt of sorts?
Well, I mean, being an elf, she's like, I'm vegetarian. I know a great vegetarian restaurant down the street. But yeah, my favorite haunt is actually, it's a tiny kind of mom and pop little restaurant. They're only open in the evenings, but it's a family that allows people to come in. Let's just go over there. Let's go to, let me see if I can remember where their little house is. It's a very small little cafe, but what was it called? It was called the Pink Pony. No, I'm kidding. No, it was called the I know it sounds ominous, but I swear that it's just a cute little mom and pop place. It's called the Smoky Wyvern. Let's go over there. Yeah.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay.
It's deceptive.
And then like I'll like walk past Lyanna and like put my hand, like tap my hand on her shoulder as I'm walking past her and be like, it's the salmon swims swiftly upstream in the volcano of bliss. For future reference.
Volcano, okay. She walks out. She's like, she's just, her elf is showing, or she's just like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
You never know when you'll need it.
I know. I will remember that. The salmon swims upstream in the volcano.
A bliss.
What was it?
Whatever that means. A bliss. What does that even mean?
What, the volcano is bliss. You're killing me, Baldur. You're killing me.
I always like to picture Thieves' Cant as literal like just random
Just
words.
gibberish.
put
Yeah.
together.
Just absolute gibberish. I believe that.
Gibberish.
That's probably why Lyanna can't take it seriously. She's just like, what is this gibberish?
There's a game called
Yeah.
Solasta or something like that, and I played that for a minute, and you get to make your own party. You make all 4 of them, and they all have backstories, voice acting, and personalities and stuff. It's really cool, actually. And
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's amazing. And I made a halfling. One of the characters in my party was a halfling rogue, and he had Thieves' Cant. So whenever like you came across someone who also knew Thieves' Cant, they had like dialogue for them, and they spoke like that. It was so. But I was like, that's so interesting.
Okay, fun.
It's like firm handshakes in the cold, and they'd be like, ah, yes, and the duck and the goose never laid. Like, but and then a party would be like, what the fuck is going on? But they're like having a whole conversation. But
Okay.
we got a Smoky Wyvern coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a
Nice
Smoky
to
Wyvern.
meet you.
I was like, yeah, I felt like we were just
Yeah.
fluffing for a second.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. Good job.
But yes, I think Solasta's actually getting like a reboot or something, like an actual console system. Or like for PC or something. It's getting a reboot, I think, of something. And it looks really good. I think y'all would like it a lot because y'all like Baldur's Gate so much. It's really cool. Really cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm still gonna be on my Vowed shit for a minute. Which
Oh,
if
yeah.
you like Skyrim or like Elder Scrolls, you'll Vowed
Special
will be up.
interest.
Literally.
Special interest.
And then I think I told you I was gonna do Expedition 33, which the story for that seems so fucking weird. Although it's getting review bombed, it's not even out yet. It's getting review bombed, and you wanna know why?
Wait, why?
What?
Because there's the party consists of 4 characters.
Yeah.
3 of the 4 characters are girls, and 1's a guy.
Okay.
That's why the review.
Okay.
That's why it's getting review bombed. It's because of the party members. It's majority female over male casts. It's too woke.
It's too woke.
Too woke.
Too fucking woke, bro.
Oh,
Why can't everything be cis white male? Why?
Well,
Yeah. Where are those
at
stories?
this rate, give it a couple.
Right?
of
Where are all the
weeks.
cis white male stories?
Yeah.
Who's their champion?
Yeah.
I think we know who their champion is. Anyway.
Yeah, right. They also need a hero. Jesus Christ.
We made it to the Smoky Wyvern.
Yes, made it to the Smoky Wyvern. It's this nice little cozy cafe that
Yeah, it's a little
Lyanna
cozy.
described.
Yeah, it's cozy.
There's like a gnome and like an older like human lady at this like bar.
Sorry.
There's like a nice little barkeep going and running about, even though there isn't really
Oh yeah.
many other people in the tavern really outside of the people here at the bar. And then we got a little barkeep. But yeah, lots of vegetarian and gluten-free options here.
Oh, thank God.
Is that like soup in the middle, or like what is that in the middle?
You know what? It is now. Yeah, I like that. Making the soup that they kind of serve right here in the middle.
Stew and a soup. Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Soup
Perfect.
of the day.
So is this like
Two choices.
Do we just help ourselves, Lyanna? I don't want to be rude.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. So what you do is you go over to the soup. Yeah, you just go and there are like little bowls over here. Just grab a bowl, help yourself, but before you set down, just leave a single copper piece on the bar. Just I mean, it's pretty open.
Oh.
This place, yeah.
There's something similar actually in Burdusk. You go, you get your food, you leave the money, and then however, whenever you're ready for more food, there's a tiny wee little flag that's on the table, and you just raise it up ever so slightly, and someone comes over and refills your plate. It's rather quite amazing.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
I love that. No, they make you go get your food here.
Oh, I suppose that's okay as well.
Yeah.
I'll like go over to it and then like look back with like an eyebrow raise. Lyanna, there's no roughage. There's it really is. You really brought us to a vegetarian hole in the wall.
Is that not okay? Yeah, there's no meat here.
We're just venturing, but I guess yeah, no, it's, I'm happy to be here.
We got cheesy potato soup and we got tomato.
Yeah, we got potato and tomato.
We'll get
Potato.
Brahmin. Yeah, Brahmin. All the you don't understand. Most of these people are religious and Orthodox, so they have to no meat. No meat on Fridays.
I'll try to get as much potato in my potato soup as possible.
Just literally pick out the potato chunks.
Just
And Lyanna's kind of gonna sigh, like, okay. I guess that's.
And then I'll go over and like toss a coin.
Yeah. Someone's like only picking out the beef from the beef and broccoli and like.
Okay. Well, Lyanna, what exactly did you need to talk to us about? And I hope your visit to Sehanine's temple was a good one.
It was honestly, as I'm eating, it was actually genuinely quite incredible. But I just, honestly, I can't really talk about what I saw out in the open. But I will say that Sehanine actually gave me a vision, and it was quite revolutionary. So I need to tell you about it. I really, really do, but just not right now.
Well, congratulations! I'm very happy for you.
Oh, absolutely! I'm like over the moon. But like I said, that's why I love my goddess. Honestly, she definitely looks out for her, most devout pupils. But like I said, I would prefer not to talk about that at the table. But yeah, it was nice to reconnect with some of my old like Mother Superior and also, my other temple mates. But yeah, it was a good time. It was wonderful.
Oh, that's amazing.
Did you grow up here in Baldur's Gate or come to Baldur's Gate from someplace else?
I did not grow up in Baldur's Gate. I came from, well, I originally, I don't know if I'm ready to talk about I don't know if I'm ready to talk about like my time, like my mother, but I'll just say, actually before Baldur's Gate I came from
Evermeet's the Sun Elves, Evereska's the Moon Elves.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I always forget which one is
it should be the other way around, in my opinion, but what do I know?
Yeah, it's always the other way around. But yeah, Evereska is the...
Evermeet is the island.
Yes, Evermeet, and Evereska is the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yes, that's the thing. You caught me because I always fucking forget, like, which. Okay, yeah. But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to talk about Evermeet yet, but I will say, before Baldur's Gate, I actually was in Evereska for a short time. And that's actually where I learned about Sehanine. Lyanna pauses for a moment and kind of like thinks about if she wants to share like her backstory quite yet. But she's like, I'm actually half sun elf, half moon elf. So that is why I was in Everesca.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm half sun elf, half elf, I guess.
Oh.
But my mother, who hopefully we'll be meeting while we're here, she actually came from Evermeet. Which is where I hear a lot of sun elves tend to be from, so.
Yeah, where was she part of one of the great houses, or when was she in Evermeet?
I don't know. Before she met me and my dad.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
definitely before she met me, but.
Liana's trying to backtrack, kind of like, because Lyanna was like, wait, I didn't tell them that I'm from Evermeet, so it's like, yeah, not that I've ever been to Evermeet, but yeah, but oh, interesting. Okay.
I suppose I don't know much about it. My mom doesn't like to talk about it really.
I mean, honestly, she and Lyanna don't want to talk about it for good reason. The Sun Elves they're on their own planet. They have their own drama. It's just drama. But anyway, I mean, that's understandable. Sometimes people don't really want to talk about their past.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, to abruptly change the subject then, Crimson and I also found something out, and that's we have to find those rambunctious children as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah, Lyanna kind of like rolls her eyes a little bit. Yeah. We did say we're gonna give them at least another day before we get concerned.
We might.
I don't think we have another day.
Yeah, we might be wanting to get concerned a little bit more expeditiously.
Okay. All right. Concern elevated. Okay. All right.
We just missed our leads by a day.
Yes.
Right?
A day. Yeah, they said they left in the morning of yesterday.
Oh.
So more days might not be in our best of interest. Although it's not like we can rush the entire caravan. Oh, I guess we could actually.
Yeah.
How could we try to rush an entire caravan of people? Make it seem it's in their best interest of sorts to leave as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, you just scream fire in a theater. It's fine. Yeah, no, just, I mean, honestly, like, we can persuade them to maybe move along if we need.
I believe that might be in all of our best interests, actually.
Keep moving? Yeah, we really need to.
Well, I'm done with my, potato. So,
Potato.
whenever you're done, perhaps the cup of coins should be, ready for us to visit at this point.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna get a little tea before we go. Over the bar. Put another little copper piece down. Get some nice aromatic tea from the forests of Everesca, because, you know, I just needed a little taste of my second home. Alright, but yeah, so he said I could take the cup to go.
Well, that's lovely of him. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
This place turns down after.
I forgot to tell you, but it's actually a speakeasy, and in the back room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those stairs. You go down those stairs.
It gets crazy.
It's like a goth bar.
That'd be amazing.
It's a like club to Tiamat downstairs.
They moved the soup pots and there's a staircase underneath.
The soup pots. It's all
yeah, but you guys make your ways back to the Cup of Coins basement. Sun is probably starting to set now, probably around like 7 o'clock in the evening. You make your way back to the Cup of Coins, and he kind of leads you to the back room, down these set of stairs, into the basement proper. And as he said, it is just basically a basement. But he's like, not the swankiest place in Baldur's Gate, but feel free to make yourselves at home. If you need anything, give a shout.
Did you or your other Harper happen to find or hear any word regarding our two companions?
We heard something that might be your companion. Xavier's trailing them now, but they seem to be bar hopping.
That
On
sounds
the
about right.
southern tip of the lower city, so Xavier's kind of trailing behind them, keeping them.
Please
Keep it in
bring them
line of
to
sight.
us as soon as you get word of them, please.
Yeah, it's really of utmost importance that we find them.
Well, we'll pass the message along.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, Lyanna, nowhere more secluded and safe than a Harper's safe house. It's in the name.
I think for Crimson, she can kind of sense Lyanna not wanting to open up. So I think she's just gonna like sit really close to the entrance to make sure, any Harpers passing by, she can alert the others. She's just gonna trust Lyanna and Bronwyn to discuss whatever they need to.
Okay.
Cause she's sure whatever they need to let her know, they'll let her know in time. But I just kind of want to make her feel like a little bit more secure and just kind of be sitting up on these stairs, like looking out.
So I kind of look over and I notice that Crimson is kind of taking the lead on that, so I feel more comfortable. So Bronwyn, I wanted to tell you about what Sehanine showed me. I had a vision.
Okay.
I kind of wild to think about, but I ended up, it's like she transported me and I ended up in front of this kind of rundown hunting lodge. It looked like it was in the northern area.
In the north?
Yeah. And there was and there was a white dragon above the hunting lodge.
Okay.
And I actually didn't realize that it was a vision. This dragon swooped down on me and I was like, oh, I thought I was going to die. But anyway, just a vision. But then after the dragon, she showed me the inside of this hunting lodge. And there was a statue of her, which was interesting.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey!
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hi.
Hey, girl. But no. It was just interesting that there was a small statue of her inside the lodge. I don't know if that meant anything or if that was just her reminding me that I am safe. But inside of one of the rooms, there sat this man. Dark hair, facial hair, kind of tied, longer but kind of tied, purple robes. I couldn't quite tell where he was from, but in his hand, he absolutely had an amulet of Tiamat. And yes, and he seemed to be manipulating it in a way that was very curious to me. I was able to notice him turning it over in his hand, but the way that the Tiamat amulets have the different spires, they're different colors. And he seemed to be really interested in thumbing the white spire. And there happened to be a white dragon flying above the cottage. I don't know if that's connected, but that seems Very interesting. But then I think Sehanine showed me that a door. I'm trying my best to describe this scene. But a door opened, and this man, he seemed frustrated. But as soon as the door opened, he composed himself. But I couldn't see who was at the door. I don't know who he's interfacing with, but he's definitely got a lot to do with what's happening with the dragon.
Well,
And that's all I know.
when you said north, is it like or Luskin or the spine or where north exactly?
Make a survival check, Lyanna.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I'm like, I only really recall. Well, that was the snow from the dragon. So let me do that. Let me make a check. Hold on a second. Yeah. I know. Survival check. Oh, hold on. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I
Something's
clicked
popping up.
on it. Okay, good.
It's rolling. It's working.
It's rolling. It's
rolling.
rolling. Where's
Rolling.
Rolling
Yeah.
down the river.
rolling down the river? There it goes. Okay, it's rolling. Wow, we're doing really good on checks.
Yeah.
All right.
You're not entirely certain where specifically it was. You know, the snow. At first, whenever you're saying, you're like, oh, the snow is from the dragon. You're like, wait, no. I think it
Okay.
was actually snowy there, and the dragon's wings had like stirred up the snow, like off the
Ah,
ground. So it was
got
quite
it.
snowy and cold wherever it was, and it seemed to be in the middle of like this mountain range. Like there was mountains all around you.
Okay.
Couldn't quite pinpoint like where specifically, but you were definitely in the middle of a mountain range.
Okay. I'm gonna relay that kind of new insight to Bromwyn now that I'm like, wait a second, I remember. So yeah, Bromwyn, I cannot quite pinpoint the location, but I can at least describe. So at first, I think in the shock of the moment, I thought that the dragon, because it was a white dragon, that the dragon was creating some sort of blizzard or snowstorm. But actually, I did notice there was snow on the ground. The dragon was actually kicking it up, and there was a mountain range kind of behind this lodge. So obviously it was like a hunting lodge in the mountains. But sadly, I really can't pinpoint where exactly that range is.
Well, if you said it was cold everywhere on the ground as well as the mountain, perhaps that is towards the Luskin spine area. I can't say for sure. Obviously, I wasn't in your dream or vision or your whatever the proper terminology is for it. Sorry. But
Yeah,
that's concerning if you believe that this was in the north, and then Red Dragon flying south to and then Josephine felt the need to go to the east. This might be a more global problem than we had initially anticipated.
Absolutely. Like, basically, and I also talked to my mother superior, Twyla. She also heard stirrings in the north. She wasn't quite sure what the drama was, or at least she didn't really reveal too much to me. But for some reason, the north seems to have some turmoil right now. Whether it is from this vision that I have of a white dragon or something else that Mother Twyla might have heard.
Well, the other issue that Crimson and I had discovered is, you know how I went to the Temple of Bane in El Terrell, and we discovered that there was the previous person that was affiliated with the cult as well as Bane, Amadeus, I believe was his name.
Oh,
We
you're right.
did learn a little bit more about him, and that's that he's a vampire.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, so that is why we need to find Damien quickly.
Yeah, yeah, we absolutely need to find our Dhampir. Oh my god.
I believe he still has the ring of non-detection on, so hopefully he's a little bit safe, but... Or the amulet,
Wait
rather.
a second. Wait a second, Bronwyn. I'm remembering... Mother Superior Twyla also mentioned, because I mentioned to her about our discovery of Bane, whether it was the trinket or, Amadeus. Twyla mentioned about 10 years ago that the Bane Knights were trying, or at least the cult of Bane was trying to resurrect undead dragons. That also could be connected with Amadeus, the vampire, if he's also connected with undead somehow.
But vampires are already undead. They don't need to be resurrected.
Well, exactly, but I mean, what is he involved in this? Like, maybe he wants to create more undead.
Yes, but you're acting as if he could control a dragon, whether that dragon was some sort of undead, lich, whatever you may be. I doubt even a vampire could control a dragon.
Only if the dragon lets it.
And let alone Tiamat herself.
Well, regardless, I don't know. I think there's a connection there with the undead, though.
There definitely is, and we should definitely keep an eye out for it. We also learned that in this caravan, there's approximately 12 cultists who have assimilated themselves into the caravan, so even the hoppers haven't been able to distinguish them from one another. With that said, me and Crimson thought that it was best that once the three of us, plus Damien and Zara, reconnected, we were going to go to the upper city and be at a bit of a distance of each other, as if we are not affiliated, so when we assimilate ourselves into the caravan, we will not look like an organized group and look less conspicuous and more just like common mercenaries.
Okay. I mean, well, absolutely. That sounds like a plan. Honestly, I am nervous considering that there are cultists in this caravan and we don't know who they are, but...
Well, if we're able to stuff them out, that will probably be appropriate. It does seem interesting that two of them ran off and left the rest of them, so they might be plotting something more important with this larger caravan, but there must be something very important happening up north, presumably Waterdeep if they were taking the trade route.
Yep.
Lots of concerns, it seems.
Yeah, I know. It's just everyone's nervous right now.
Well,
everything's danger.
Well, perhaps we should try to get some sort of rest for the evening, and hopefully the other two, when we wake in the morning, will be here, and we can go our way to the upper city after very detailed telling them what we have to do, and hopefully they'll follow that.
Yes. All right. Well, or knock some stuff off my table. Okay. That sounds like a plan. Lyanna kind of looks around this basement and looks around, and then thinks to herself, "I should have just stayed in my dorm. This doesn't look very nice."
Yeah, I'll go to one of the little shitty cots.
I know, I'm Lyanna's I guess this will do. I mean, I only need to meditate.
Yeah, there's plenty of little stools and such, or there's little bedrolls.
Yeah, she just needs to meditate.
Yes, but you guys find your rest uninterrupted, if not a little uncomfortable in this musty basement. But you get your full night's rest. You get a long rest. I don't think you guys need it, but
Yeah, because we haven't had any combat since Harpies, and we've had a long rest since then, so we're good.
Yeah, Kate, how long did you want to go since we are missing Damien IRL?
And we're about to hit the caravan, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least the upper city. So I don't know if you want to keep going or.
We can do like the little thing with your mom real quick if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
on
the
the
upper?
way to Blackgate.
But that's the upper city.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to the other two about like the game plan and the upper city.
Well, because there's the outer city, the upper city, and then there's Blackgate.
Uh-huh.
And Blackgate's where like the caravan's at.
Right.
So what's the plan with the upper city? I don't think I understand.
So, when we went to the upper city, because you have to go through the upper city to get to Blackgate, I was going to let everyone know that we needed to be together but still separated before we got to the Blackgate. So yeah. I mean, we could do this though too.
I mean, I'm down for whatever. I'm good to keep going, but if you want to call it there, I mean, we can call it there.
Yeah.
Did you want Damien when we meet your mom?
Oh,
I don't mind. I don't mind either way. That would be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
let me pull up the map just so we're on the same page. But yeah. So
they have an area called Little Kalasham. I don't think I ever knew that. I love that.
Yeah, Little Kalasham. It's so cute. Little Kalasham.
I wonder if that's because that's where Minsk is from. Is Kalashan, right?
Yep.
Kalasham. Yeah. So that's like a little neighborhood, like I guess Little Italy. Because I was like, I didn't know it was so close to Kalamshan, and it was like, it's not.
No, if I remember right, Kalamshan is like actually right next to Thay in the Sea of Fallen Stars, by the Sea of Fallen Stars. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it's like Spain or like a desert. That
yeah.
It's like a matriarchal like tribal, not tribal, but like there's like a woman witch who's like in charge of each like faction or some shit like that.
James just bought a ton of like the sand and something minis that it's all like stuff from Kalamshan, like the were tiger. No, yeah, a were tiger, and he got a couple of like were boar or something.
Oh, interesting.
It's cool. It's some cool shit.
I love
and
that.
Camels.
Sorry, Kate.
No, you're good. I just want to make sure we're all geography. So like this area up here, that's like all Blackgate, and then like this is all like the upper city here.
Yes. Yeah, where the entire there's like entire like border.
Yeah.
Like we have to go through to get up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you want to split off before you even get into the upper city?
When we get through that gate to the upper city, that's when I thought it would be the best idea to like start separating, because we don't know if these people are just still only in Blackgate, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my thought, at least, but the other party members could disagree. But that was Bromwin's idea.
Okay. I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm just gonna let Bromwin take the lead on kind of the espionage plan here.
I feel like it was the safest to like, just in case they are still in the upper city or going through or making their way to Blackgate as well, that we already had that going, you know.
Yeah, no, that's a good plan. And Lyanna will do her best to kind of guide you all through the city, the safest route, or at least the least conspicuous route. So that's where she's gonna help.
I think I know how you can resolve this.
Sorry, I didn't know it was gonna be like
you're
a
good.
whole headache, but
No, you're good. Oh, fuck.
Have you just
Hi,
How do
dude.
you guys come up here from the basement? I will say, like, as you guys have woken, kind of go up, kind of like the peaks or whatnot. The High Harper informs you that we did find your friends that you were looking for.
Oh, perfect.
And was informed that Zara, she has taken a ship south to
What?
I'm not certain of the reasoning,
Oh,
but
the fucking dragon went toward
I know.
and the other one, Damien,
Bro.
he insisted on finding lodging to the north in Blackgate.
She's gone rogue.
Could not be swayed.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. So he's in the heart of the cultists, and Zara, who knows everything we do at the moment,
Yeah.
is going towards the cult to the south. So,
Great.
perfect.
This is gonna be great.
Well, okay, so how about this? Thank you so much for your hospitality, High Harper. We will speak to my mother Materia, who has actually been doing this case for a while now. And she's more than likely at the Temple of Azuth. We have to go that way to go towards the Black Gate. Anyways, so how about we meet with my mother, find out what information she has, and then we will go to the Black Gate and find Damien, scold him, tell him our plan, and then disperse from there as if we don't know each other and get hired by these travelers, merchants, whatever have you, that are in need of mercenaries on the trade route to Waterdeep.
All right. I mean, Jesus, or saying in Christ, Zara.
I like that her last name's still Christ, though.
Saying in Moonbow, Zara. But yeah, no, I'm like, well, I guess we should have expected that to happen, honestly, eventually. She really couldn't be controlled. But, alright, I guess we'll just have to figure out how to alleviate this.
Very well. To the upper city then. And we'll try to keep somewhat of a distance. Lyanna, do you mind taking the lead, and Crimson and I will follow?
Oh, absolutely.
Shortly
No,
thereafter.
Yeah, it's best to, just so people don't notice that we're going, it's best to take more of, the side alleys. I can lead you through there. I would also recommend that if we have any extra cloaks in our packs, just put your cloak on. We don't really want too many people to know where we're headed.
Very well.
We have the cloaks from the cultists that you guys
Yeah,
looted back in
well,
Greenwich.
And we're gonna, yeah, if we
No
use
one
the
will
cultist
know us
cloaks,
now.
that's gonna be a problem. Unless they're unless they don't have any, like if they're just black cloaks or something, then like nondescript black cloaks.
Well, I'm
that's
pretty
fine.
sure cultists in the city would recognize it, though.
Right.
They are generic black cloaks,
That
but
particular fabric and weave, I recognize it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, let's like, I mean, I'm gonna rifle through like our things and just be like, we do have cloaks, but these are not going to be helpful. Let's not do that then. Well, I think it'll be fine. I don't think we're in quite the danger zone yet, but just keep a low profile. We'll have to pick up Damien along the way.
Of course we will. Okay, Lyanna, if you don't mind then, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me... Yeah.
Are you guys trying to sneak through the city, or are you just trying to walk in a way that
I think
is
it's just walking
separate from each other?
Like a couple steps, away.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to walk down the
If
main
nothing
street.
else, we're not sneaking. We're trying to act as normal as possible.
Okay, that's what I
You know?
figured.
Yeah, we're not trying to act conspicuous.
So go ahead and make everybody persuasion or deception checks. Your choice.
Okay. All right.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, right.
with my +8.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Damn.
Oh, Jesus.
He be lying about shit.
Yeah, he does. Alright, well, I got a 12. Not terrible.
No.
My rolls are slowly lowering as the time
Yeah.
goes. My dice are getting easy.
Yeah. Your dice are enslaved.
You're moving further away from the temple.
Oh, yeah. Like, I started off first.
Come back. Yeah.
A 19 and a nat
Come back.
20. I think my dice are now like, I'm EP now. I work too hard.
Yeah, exactly.
So where's Rivington supposed to be from like the game?
Like here.
Oh, okay, that's.
Oh, okay. That makes sense,
Yeah.
actually.
Because that's where the Wyvern Gate is, right?
Yeah, it's a port, more of a port area. Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys kind of continue through the lower city, making your way to the upper city.
Making our way uptown.
Hey, come on now.
Lyanna
That was
leads the
too
way
smooth.
to the Temple of Azuth. It
the
looks
Temple
more
of Azuth.
like a library, almost like a little modest library than a temple. As you guys kind of approach and enter in.
No.
Let me get the other two here. Bonk and bonk. Yeah, it's like this library-esque kind of building. Several private rooms for studying. Just books lining every wall. And at the very front of this library temple area, there is a little statue of Azuth here with his staff raised, long beard. But it is quite quiet, with this quiet ambient music playing in the distance. You can't quite find the source of it, but it's very peaceful.
Bronwyn will kind of at a quickened pace, run above everyone, walk faster in front of the other two, and do a spin, looking around to be like, oh, what that I had time to read every book in here. It's so massive. I've never seen a Temple of Azuth this big.
Oh, Bronwyn's at Disney World.
Bell in the library.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I need Bronwyn to get on one of those rolling
ladders.
Oh, the ladder, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Belle, and just secret touch every book as I'm sliding down.
Get dirty looks from
Yeah.
every keeper of the temple.
But I'll get on my knees and pull out a piece of parchment and a pencil in front of the statue of Azuth, and just start writing down different prayers and stuff like that to Azuth.
Very nice, very nice.
And then once I'm done, I'm gonna scroll it up and just set it very gently at his feet.
Kits. Yeah, it's a little offering plate with various other little pieces of parchment and coins added to the pile there.
Yeah, I'll put 10 pieces of gold in there.
Oh wow! Holy shit!
That's nice.
That's my homie.
Right? Someone's go buy yourself something nice, gosh.
Azuth is my home. Azuth's my homeboy. Okay. Now that that's done, we should see if my mother's been around the temple at all. We should find the high priest. And I'll go down the hallway to try to find her.
Yeah, so you start going down the hall, and you kind of this central area. There's some tables set up, and at one of the tables you see there's books and papers spread out everywhere, and you see two figures standing at this table, or sitting at this table, I guess I should say. One is a kobold who is just jabbering away. and this kobold is looking up at this beautiful high elven woman, long hair pulled back, just listening very intently to this kobold with this like gentle smile on her face as this kobold is going, yeah, and then all of a sudden, poof, he was a mouse. It's so crazy. Look, and she's like this like mouse in her hand. She's like, he turned him into a mouse. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, he's a mouse now. He's not even a kobold. He's a mouse. And she's like, and
Yeah.
like,
That's
can you
nice,
tell me?
sweetie.
Yeah, can you tell me more about the man who turned him into a mouse? He's like, oh yeah, it was like a complete creep. Like it was like, you know how these big like flowing robes and like she's just like, like gets to the point, sweetie, a little bit, but
I'll like approach from the other side of the table, and just sort of lean down to the kobold. Would hate that I would disrupt your conversation. However, usually in temples of Azuth, we do tend to have a sort of decorum of not disrupting others while they're trying to learn and study.
the little kobold goes like, oh, I'll be as quiet as a mouse. And like kind of like puts her hand flicking on her head as she's like has this mouse in her fist. And your mother material kind of like jolts as soon as like you kind of sit down, and it's like, Bronwyn, and immediately like will get up out of her chair and come around the table and just wrap you up in this big hug. What are you doing here?
Oh, mommy.
We came here to find you. We'll actually be leaving relatively soon again. But
yes.
I was hoping there might be a way that me and a couple other salmon, if you will, could speak in a more private manner.
Yes,
To
of course,
catch
there's
up.
plenty of study rooms amongst the temple, of course. She's going to turn towards this like kobold. Verkania, please excuse me for just a moment. This is very important. This is my son, Brumwyn, and she's like, nice to meet you. This is my husband, and she holds out this mouse. And she's like, it's kind of a long story. He wasn't always a mouse. He used to be a kobold, but now he's a mouse. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix him, but he's a mouse right now.
Well, luckily you're in the home of spells and spellcraft. If anyone
what
can
I
fit,
thought.
yeah, that's good thinking, I think.
I found this nice little mage lady. She's going to turn him back. And just need to tell her about the guy who turned him into a mouse in order for her to do, the reverse. She's like holding this mouse and like turning him upside down as she's talking and stuff. She's going to do the reverse mouse.
Remember, he is not a kobold at the moment, though, so perhaps be a little bit more careful.
Oh no.
This mouse
This
is
mouse
very
is just
dizzy,
being, like,
like doing him like a little like cocktail shaker.
Love it.
If you're not familiar
The
with
mouse is just squeak.
if you're not familiar with the Azuth customs, then what you're supposed to do is at the statue, kneel before the Azuth, write out your prayer, and then put it up where all the other parchments are.
I can't read.
Well, that's the good thing. All you gotta do is put your best intention on the piece of paper, and trust me, Azuth will know.
Okay, I can do that, sure.
Yeah, I
And
think
she's gonna like grab a piece of parchment in her fist and like a piece of charcoal, and she's gonna go scampering off. And this like little mouse that was in her hand kind of like scampers up her arm and just kind of sits on her shoulder, kind of like grabbing on for dear life a little bit, but like seems to be happy to cling on to her as she goes darting down back to where you guys kind of came from.
I'll signal for the other two, like with my head, to like follow us.
Yes, right this way. There should be one that is open nearby. I'm just gonna kind of lead you down this kind of like little hallway here, into
God, this is a big
actually-
temple. This is like,
yeah,
Yeah.
actually, this one here.
Amy needs to get her act together.
It's mainly a library first and a temple second, honestly.
Yeah,
but
Collaboration.
like as you guys were talking, you saw like these two wizards were in the background, kind of like talking spells, like back and forth kind of thing. Like, but she kind of leads you into like this little room over here, a little roomier than some of the other rooms. Oh, it's like that. Okay, it's wonderful to see you. I've heard that they were sending some harpers north the water to follow this trail, this cult that is rising up, but I wasn't quite aware that it was going to be you. I'm assuming that's why you're here and you're leaving so quickly.
Yes, well, as you had come to Baldur's Gate, I went to go check on Father and Greenest, and we discovered that this cult, over time, has perhaps become more of less of a nuisance and more of a major problem.
Wonderful. Okay. That's not quite the news I was hoping to hear, but I'm glad to hear that both you and him are safe, at least.
And if I just may do like a quick introduction.
Yes.
This is my mother, Materia Alantha, and these are my companions, Crimson and Lyanna.
Hello.
Pleased to
She's also working on the cult case, so I was hoping that perhaps you could provide more insight on your end regarding what's going on in Baldur's Gate.
Yes, so I'm working more on a side project more than the cult case at the moment. I just kind of give you kind of like a pointed look a little bit, Bronwyn. I found some leads pointing to some red wizards that have been making some movements throughout the city and beyond. So I've been following those leads as of late, which I think is probably why I haven't quite been up to speed with your whereabouts with this whole cult case. But I believe that this kobold that I was just speaking with encountered some red wizards, and quite nearby, I was hoping to get some insight from her, but she's
preoccupied?
Yes.
So, red wizards, I'm assuming you mean of Thay.
Yes.
Perfect. We could go ahead and add that to another list of our problems then. Along with Bay Knights and vampires. And potentially the spine of the world.
Wonderful. Well, from what I've heard, it sounds like those red wizards are heading south, so...
Tom?
Good to know. Yep.
Oh.
Good to know it's all connected then, I guess. Maybe I have been working on the cult case all along. Wonderful. Okay. You can see she's, like, rapidly, like, putting points together in her head, like, immediately, like, deep in thought kind of thing. Yes, that is quite alarming.
Nothing other than that information has proceeded. High Harper of Baldur's Gate from the safe house in Lower Town, they had mentioned that there was 12 cultists that have kind of... will be going on this caravan with us. Do you have any more information regarding that?
I mean, I've heard whispers of chatter in the streets passing by while, at the tavern that there's a big caravan about to set out in the next couple of days. But nothing of the cult specifically, no. I've been mostly kind of holed up in here, so I haven't been doing as much walking the streets as I maybe should be, but I figured that this was quite a prosperous lead that I found with Verkania here.
Verkania?
The kobold.
Oh, yes. Such a pretty name for a kobold. So...
Iconic.
Okay, so... Is there any other information you could give us? We have to pretend that we're mercenaries of sort to guide some merchants. Do you happen to have any insight regarding that? That might help us. We'll actually have to be heading there shortly to get hired.
Don't know much in the way of merchants, but let's see. I have heard there's quite a few wizards in that caravan. More than you would think. You'd think they'd just teleport their way up to Waterdeep if they could, magic circle themselves up, but there's at least 3 quite well-known wizards heading up that way. Let's see.
They're well-known wizards, but they don't have the funds. There surely has to be a portal connection from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep, correct?
Precisely. I thought it was a little strange, but maybe they were looking for some sightseeing along the way. But maybe that is something to keep an eye on.
Well, if we're not careful, they might see more than they would like.
Specifically, there's an air genasi I heard has been passing through Baldur's Gate. Quite well known in the mage circles.
Interesting.
He seems to be going to Waterdeep, but it's strange that he's not using any sort of teleportation to make his way there. But is rather traveling there by foot. But again, he is an Arajasi, so maybe he is just looking to take the scenic route. I don't want to make assumptions, but...
Okay. Well, Mother, though I wish I could spend more time with you, I am glad I got to see you before heading off. Elias is fine, and Dad we were able to save from the cultists as well. He is also doing fine. Should you have any other information, please don't hesitate to send any word that you can. But other than that, please be safe.
Yes,
And-
of course, and we'll do the same.
Any information you get about the Red Wizards, please inform me some way.
Of course.
And then Bronwyn will go in to give her a little hug.
Yes, she'll return it, just squeezing so tight. Okay. Well, I guess I will continue to see what I can glean from Verkania, and maybe undo the transmutation done on her husband.
If this
But-
was done by a Red Wizard, then it might be more difficult than a simple polymorph
Yes,
back.
that's what I'm thinking as well. And she lets out this deep sigh. I've been speaking with her for the last several hours now, and it's starting to worry that perhaps it was just a wizard dressed in red and not an actual red wizard, but I'm going to try and see if she has any insight, and maybe with her being a kobold, maybe she has some insight on this cult as well.
Ironically speaking, she doesn't seem super upset that her husband's a kobold. Not a kobold anymore.
Yeah. We've just seen her whenever she first came in, just wailing away, but I've managed to calm her down at this point, but I think she's found some humor in the situation by this point.
Well, you are always a comfort to most.
She's gonna ruffle your hair.
Bronwyn will do a salute, and then he'll look at Crimson and Lyanna. Lyanna would be so careful to guide us to Blackgate.
Absolutely. Whenever you're ready. I don't want to interrupt any time that you need.
We both have duties to this realm that we need to uphold, and that's the most important thing.
I mean, absolutely. Like I said, whenever you're ready, I will absolutely lead you to the Blackgate.
Well, we
It was
all
so
in the
lovely.
village.
Yeah. Also, it was just so lovely to meet you.
And you. It's a pleasure meeting both of you. Kind of looking towards Lyanna and Crimson.
All right. Well,
Thank
I guess we best be off then. Sorry to pull Bronwyn away so soon, but yeah, we really need to be off. Boop, 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 boop.
Indeed, be safe on your travels. Don't stay gone too long, but just be safe.
Under Zeus the beard.
Yes, under a Zeus beard. Under a Zeus beard, and now his pocketbook with how much Bronwyn gave him.
So you guys leave. You see that Verkania is kind of like scrubbling up this piece of paper that looks like she has just like completely covered in charcoal. It's all over her hands, and she's like crumbling it into a ball and just being like, Azabab, thank you so much for leading me here. And she's gonna put it in the tray. It's gonna she's gonna throw it a little too aggressively, and all the coins are gonna go flying everywhere. She's like, oh, starts gathering all the coins, holds it, starts putting it towards her back. She's like, no. Just one. And she's gonna put the rest of the coin, and she's gonna take one of the coins and put it in her pocket. And
do I see her do that?
Oh yeah, she's not being sneaky about it.
I will say, I'll put my hand on her shoulder. The one that the mouse is not on.
Okay, just keeping it warm.
You do need to put that back. That's someone else's prayer. But, I'll offer her 200 gold.
Damn. Bronwyn!
Listen carefully.
Bronwyn money bags.
Now listen carefully. What you have to do is find one of these wizards and ask them about the polymorph spell.
Oh.
They're gonna ask for gold. This should cover it.
I've never seen this much money in my life.
Please just the wizard, polymorph, give him the money.
Polyblorf. Okay,
No,
got it.
polymorph, and tell them you want him to be a kobold. Don't, otherwise they'll just turn him into something random.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna pipe in. Lyanna's gonna pipe in too. It's just like, you see that drow in the other room? He might be able to help. And,
Okay.
Yeah, and then I kind of walk away.
Morph, M.
Mollyporf, got it. And she's gonna go darting off.
Oh god.
She's about to have a snail for a husband.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, I think Kate loves playing kobold so much.
Bronwyn will
I can tell. You get so excited when you're a kobold.
Bronwyn will make the collection plate look nicer, and then take her prayer and uncrumple it, but roll it nice and then set it on top.
Oh, how nice.
Your hands are covered in charcoal now.
That's fine. And then I'll follow Lyanna out the temple.
Very nice. All right. Well, I guess we can end it there, I suppose, as you guys kind of are I guess say you guys kind of make your way through the upper city. You do pass by the large merchants square in the upper city, and then you can see Blackgate approaching as we kind of wrap up, I think, for the night. But I'll leave it on this art, I think, if it wants to load. Maybe I'll make sure it's the right thing. Yes.
Mollymorph.
Mollyporf.
Oh, cute.
Yes, this is the Blackgate.
Love that.
Dragon. But yeah, either I will say if you guys go through the gate, you'll get into the Blackgate ward proper, or directly east of this section here is the Wide, which is the huge merchant square of Baldur's Gate. But we'll leave that for
I was like, we should probably wait just in case for that.
Yeah.
All right, yay! We
did it!
See y'all in another 6 months. I'm just kidding.
We should be playing next week. In theory, right?
No, we should be playing next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, everyone say bye.
Bye!
Bye. Hope you find your dad.
Wake up! We're the wizard! Let's go on an adventure. Fire! Woo! Have you seen my sword?
Someone find my sword! Can you feel it calling? It whispers in the breeze.
An ancient sword of siren shivers in the trees.
A shanty sung by heroines and heroes lost to time.
It promises adventures for those who pay in love.
though the journey takes its toll, we shall stay hardy. Friends remain while facing foes to the dungeons and the dragons we will roll.